So why are your manifestations taking so long? Well, psychically, and what I can tell you is each of you have different energies, and there are different reasons as to why your manifestations are taking long. But there are common themes that even as a psychic that I have seen, which I'm about to share with you in this video. So it's going to give you a heads up. But this is the kind of importance as to those who really want to master their manifesting state, to ensure that when you're receiving psychic insight and guidance and a bigger perspective as to where you're going and how it's going, that the psychic should be able to validate why perhaps certain things are going a bit more slower than others. So welcome to my channel. It's Annie, your psychic limitless mindset manifestation coach. So for those of you who are quite new to my channel, I'm essentially a psychic. I'm a highly advanced channeler, and in the psychic world it means spiritual master. I was like, whoa, like I am a spiritual master. I was like, wow. But what it means is I'm able to tap into the non-physical dimension. I help people a lot with my abilities in terms of navigating them through behind their inner state, through their manifesting state, and really getting behind that 3-dimensional to 5-dimensional evolution. You know, it's all about you living inside out. So that's where I utilize my abilities. So in this video in particular, I wanted to explain why your manifestations are taking so long. Now, there is no common, one rule for all. It's not. What you need to understand is that each of you are very, very different in terms of your energy, in terms of how it works, and in terms of how you tap into your inner and manifesting state. So let's start off with the first one as to why your manifestations are taking so long. Well, you've probably heard the saying, right? You are the 5 people you surround yourself with. Well, certain energies are not particularly good for you at all. So it could be certain family members, it could be friends, it could be work colleagues, it could be, your romantic relationship, whatever it may be. It's an energy that is within your auric, your energetic field, where the energy exchange is not good, right? The more longer you're in the presence of those energies, guess what? It slows down your manifesting state. Yeah, it takes a toll on your energy. So have you ever had that feeling where you're like, you've connected with someone, you're like, you know what, I don't particularly like what I see or how I feel when I'm around them. Well, that's your soul speaking to you, because your soul knows you far better than you know yourself. And I say this to people all the time. You have a soul, that's your inner compass. You have your character and you have your personality. Now, everyone is masked by their character and personality, so think of it as a mask. But what really truly identifies one is their soul, it's their energy. So go by energy exchange, don't go by labels of the relationship. Now, the second reason is the location and area that you're in. Yeah. You see, sometimes as part of our spiritual evolution, as we evolve, sometimes we need to upgrade where we're living to. The place where you used to live no longer serves you. So it either becomes very stagnated in its energy, or perhaps there have been other energies that have come into the area. Whatever it is, it's caused a shift. And sometimes the location or the area that you're in can become stagnated. So when you're living in that particular location or area, your manifestations, your manifesting state can slow down. It can slow you down. So when I'm psychically giving insight, anything can randomly come up. Like, I cannot control what comes out. So if a client says to me, right, Annie, what's going on here? How do I navigate myself through? Anything can come in terms of a download, in terms of a validation. Like, I've even got people's like street name or area code, or there's always a reason for that. So I have this one friend that I'm very, very connected to. Unfortunately, I don't even know if it's a blessing or a bloody curse at the times. But whenever I'm connected with this person, whenever this person goes to a particular location or an area, I get the feeling, and I always connect, where the energy of the location is not particularly good for him. He goes into a loneliness state, depressive, loses focus. He goes into a victim mindset, and I'm like, oh my God, like, what are you doing? Sometimes people just need that knock on their head to be like, right, I need to look at what is going on with me energetically. Why is it that every time I'm in this place or I'm around these people that I feel X, Y, and Z? So even it's an analysis work that you can do with yourselves. Really think about it. This is what 5-dimensional living is all about. It's all about getting a spiritual perspective, a bigger picture as to what is happening, why is it happening, and what can I do? So when I talk about influence of energies, look, I'll be very blunt. You'll have good people, you'll have bad people, good souls, bad souls. Unfortunately, this is the way of the world. Now, when you're in the company of a bad soul, it's almost like it's a dark cloud that's on your energy field. And it's like whatever you're trying to send out to the non-physical dimension in terms of your manifestations, anything you're working on, it just takes longer for you to penetrate it out from the energy field and up to the non-physical dimension. So that's the best way I can explain it. Now remember, bad souls can be, unfortunately, you could be your family members, friends, work colleagues, people that you just come across. It ranges. So when you're getting a psychic kind of download insight, sometimes names or sometimes initials or whatever it may come out and say, right, you know what, particularly this person's not really good for you. And you're like, you probably would have that feeling yourself. So you're not coming into something that's completely new. The more in tune you get with your inner state, the more you're able to pick this up yourself. Now, that same concept can be applied to love and relationships. See, the more longer you're in a toxic relationship, the more you're just inevitably delaying your own manifestations. So I have this other friend where he is being in a toxic relationship and he knows it's toxic, on and off, hot and cold, in and out. But as a result of that, it's impacted his business. I'm like, what's important? What is important? Entertaining something that's very toxic, or focusing on fast tracking yourself in your manifestations? Like, what is it? So if we address all those points that I've just mentioned, right? So that's going around in the energy field. Let's do that first. Then what we do is work on the subconscious mind. We work on those belief systems. We work on those paradigms. And at the same time, you've got to get your body to move. Because every time you are creating a new paradigm, a new set of beliefs, you've got to get your body to move to it. You've got to get your body to adapt to it. So it's like, for example, if you've been waking up at 10 a.m. for your whole life, and now it's like, right, I need to wake up at 6 because I've got to do X, Y, and Z. Wow, it's not just happen like that. You've got to condition your body to do so. And there's ways to do that. And the last point is stay in your lane. Don't be looking at anyone else. Don't be competing against anyone else. Compete against yourself. Ain't nobody rocking this manifestation boat. Ain't nobody slowing me down. The only person slowing me down is me. That is it. So I hope this video has been educational. But when you utilize a highly advanced channeler, and believe you and me, they are very rare. Very rare. We are here to ultimately fast track your inner state, your manifesting state, because we know the things that is not published anywhere. Because you've got to remember, each of you guys have a different energy. Each of you guys operate in a whole different way. So wouldn't you want to get behind just how limitless you really are? Like, come on, like, would you not want to tap into your limitless energy, that abundance, that connection to the universe? Knowing how you manifest, knowing what tools work for you, knowing that, wow, I am awesome. You can check out more information about me on my website here below, on my other videos that I've posted on this channel. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because I've been told that that's what pushes out the content even more. Is that right? Yeah.